There are regions across Europe where borders shifted, but populations did not. Lands changed hands, maps were redrawn, and yet the people, along with their language, identity, and memory, remained where they had always been. What follows is a selective overview of such areas, where history and present-day realities continue to coexist. We begin in southern Slovakia, along the Danube. This region was part of the Kingdom of Hungary for nearly 1,000 years. After the First World War, the Treaty of Trianon in 1920 reassigned it to the newly formed Czechoslovakia. The border changed, but the people largely did not. Today, in many towns along this belt, roughly 75% of the population still speaks Hungarian. The region remains stable, yet it reflects a historical shift where identity and statehood diverged. Further north, the Åland Islands present a different configuration. Spread across more than 6,700 islands and covering about 610 square miles, with a population of around 30,000, this territory is almost entirely Swedish-speaking, close to 90%. Once part of Sweden, the islands were transferred along with Finland to Russian control in the 19th century and later remained with Finland after independence in 1917. Today, they retain autonomy and linguistic protection, representing a case where cultural identity was preserved within a different national framework. In northern Italy, South Tyrol, also known as Alto Adige, covers about 2,900 square miles and is home to roughly 500,000 people. Around 60 to 70% of the population speaks German. Formerly part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the region was annexed by Italy after World War I. Over time, tensions gave way to a negotiated autonomy arrangement. Today, the region operates with a high degree of self-governance, maintaining linguistic and cultural continuity within the Italian state. Moving west, the Basque Country offers a more complex evolution. Covering roughly 2,793 square miles with a population of about 2.2 million in Spain, the Basques are one of Europe's oldest distinct cultural groups. Their language predates modern European languages. After periods of autonomy, their rights were suppressed, particularly during the Franco era. In the late 20th century, this led to armed conflict through the group ETA. That phase has since ended. Today, the movement continues through political means, with ongoing calls for greater autonomy or independence, though pursued peacefully. Catalonia, also in Spain, presents a larger and more economically significant case. Covering about 12,399 square miles and home to approximately 7.4 million people, it has a long history as a distinct principality with its own institutions and language. Over time, integration into Spain reduced its autonomy, though it was later partially restored. In recent decades, calls for independence have intensified, culminating in political crises such as the 2017 referendum. Despite tensions, the movement today remains within political and legal channels. In Belgium, Flanders covers about 5,261 square miles and has a population of roughly 6.8 million people. Nearly 98% of the population speaks Dutch. Historically part of the Burgundian Netherlands and later under Habsburg and Spanish influence, it became part of Belgium in the 19th century. Today, while there is no violent movement, there is a sustained political push for increased autonomy, and in some circles, full independence. The situation reflects internal divisions within a modern state rather than the result of shifting borders alone. Finally, Corsica, an island in the Mediterranean, spans about 3,350 square miles with a population of around 365,000. It experienced a brief period of independence in the 18th century before being incorporated into France. Since then, it has maintained a distinct cultural identity. In the 20th century, nationalist movements included periods of violence, but in recent years, efforts have shifted toward political engagement, focusing on autonomy and cultural preservation within the French Republic. Taken together, these regions do not point to immediate instability, but they do illustrate a consistent pattern. Identity does not always align with borders. In some cases, arrangements have stabilized over time through autonomy and recognition. In others, questions remain open, expressed through political movements rather than conflict. This overview is not exhaustive. It reflects only a portion of the broader European landscape, where similar conditions exist in varying forms. Further analysis would be required to fully assess each case and its long-term trajectory.